Good morning. Welcome to Monte Vista Universalist Unitarian Congregation, and it's a celebration day for us. We've got lots of great announcements today. I'm going to start with one that Maggie handed me from Judy Chu's office. There's a Protect Medicaid Day of Action. Join Congress member Judy Chu for a conversation on the impacts of Trump's cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security, Thursday, April 17th at Pilgrim Place in Decker Hall. Okay, and it is at 1. So we will put that on the back table if anybody wants. Yeah. So we have had lots of fundraising lately, and it's been fabulous. Our Anna Stafford concert was a lovely event, very successful fundraiser. Our spring fling last night, how many of you were there? Yeah. It was great fun. I think people had a great time. And thank you to all of you who donated and all of you who came and supported our congregation with a bid. Our fundraising these past few months has literally kept us going financially with cash flow. It has been so vital. If you're on the fundraising team, task force, sorry, can you just raise your hand? Yeah, thank you guys so much. Each one of these folks deserves a great huzzah. Thank you for all your work and persistence. Huzzah! On another note, we have received an application for our classrooms, and we'll be reviewing it this week, so another huzzah! And our Faithify crowdsourcing campaign is live as of today, and let's welcome Paula Campbell.
I sent it to Jerry's, but maybe he doesn't have it. He's got it. Okay, there we go. Yep. We're going high tech here. Yeah. The UUA has this fundraising, crowdsourcing, called Faithify, and we have created this page. And there are pictures, if you want to go to it. You can grab that QR code up in the corner, and there's instructions on how to do that with your phone and your camera. And I have copies here as well. And if you need help doing this, email me. My email is on this. I'll put it on the back table, and I can help you post it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Blue Sky. The more people we notify about this fundraising effort, the more money we end up raising. So this is like reaching out into the community instead of just our MVUUC community here. They've got an 84% success rate. So, and our Faithify is for 60 days, and we're hoping to raise at least $15,000. So we need to spread the word. So, you know, even those people that aren't Unitarians can give. When they see this page and they see the pictures of the kids and the condition of the classroom and why we're doing this, and you know, it says COVID changed everything, and it really did for our daycare renters, but hopefully we have other options and getting the money we need to redo the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and floors and painting and sprucing up is what this Faithify campaign is going to do. So there's the QR code. You can probably grab it from right now from your phone, and it'll take you right to the website where you can make a donation. Okay, so if anybody wants, I'm happy to show you how to do it. If you need to do it from your home computer, I can Zoom you in from my house, and we can do it together. So just let me know. Thank you. Huzzah!
Oh, great. Great, thanks to Paula for that. We've also applied for a spirit level grant that requires matching funds, so we will be using anything we get from our crowdsourcing to match that grant if we're awarded the grant, and we'll find out in June. Okay. We have a large Easter bunny and an egg hunt coming up. And join us for an Easter celebration on April 20th after service. And thank you, community team. Raise your hand if you're on the community team. Yeah. Okay. Any meetings you want to attend? Here they are. So be sure you look at your community connections. And all kinds of things. Please mark your calendars for our annual meeting and fundraising luncheon on June 1st. And then Cuatro de Mayo. Okay, that's it, Len Maria. That's all I do. Please mark your calendars for May 4th and come for some great Mexican food and a great playlist from Murray and a great service beforehand, a great service. I know I'm on the board, all I think about is. So thank you all so much for your generosity. It's so noted and appreciated. Now, I would like to invite Echo, Henderson, and Kay Perlman up. And we have a fun thing.
So, for everyone who's already submitted their pledges, Kay has created a basket. It's beautiful. Kay, do you want to say a little bit what's in there? Oh, well, it looks like it's full of stuff.
There's a couple of books, there's candy, there's
Seaweed. Yeah, so a chocolate bunny's in there. So this is her way of, contributing and helping out too. So I'm excited. She's going to draw the name. So everyone who's pledged already, your name's in the bucket. It's a little Easter basket. And the winner is... Oops. Oh. Anything else? Sean Gallagher.
Sean and Laura are in Philadelphia this weekend visiting their daughter's new home, so Megan, oh, I don't know. Are you sure? Okay. Yeah. That's good. Those baby brothers, I know. I know how they can be. Yeah. That's so great. Thank you, Kay. Go ahead. Yeah. What is it about? Okay. Here's the microphone. Yeah.
We are going to be hosting small group dinners on May 3rd. For those of you who are new, small group dinners are when a group of people come over to, like this case is our home, and we might even have someone else hosting too, and you bring a dish and we all have a great time. It's a wonderful way to get to know each other in a smaller, more intimate setting. So I hope to see you on May 3rd. There's a sign-up sheet in the back.
And that's not a fundraiser, right?
No. It's not a fundraiser.
It's not a fundraiser.
Just for fun.
It is a fundraiser. Yeah, just for fun. Yeah. Thank you. Kate. And thank you for hosting the first one. You can read about these more in our community connections as well. You'll see the little blurb about those, but it's good we're getting those kicked off. Thank you. Thank you. And under this magical full moon that arrived last evening at 5:22 p.m., yeah, today is Palm Sunday for our loved ones who recognize the Christian calendar. And this same beautiful full moon also heralded the start of the festival of Passover at sunset last night. So I love that the Jewish folks, they use the moon being full and the sun setting together. They use both to mark the beginning of their festival. We have a message from UUA President, Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt. She published this greeting. I'll share it with you. Sending my love and blessings to Jewish, Unitarian, Universalist beloveds, and all who are celebrating Passover in this holy season. May the gifts of faith, community, and traditional practices nourish our spirits and remind us of our intrinsic worthiness and value. As families and communities come together and connect across the generations, may it be a source of joy and love that teaches us to meet this moment together. Beautiful. One more little announcement from me as I forgot to greet you in the Zoom room. Blessings to all of you that are there. I've got my little extra screen to keep an eye on you, keep us connected. But today is not the first Sunday of April, but we haven't sung happy birthday to the April babies yet. So I'm sorry we don't have the choir here today to back us up, but we can do it. We can sing out loud. Let's do that. Let's sing happy birthday. And when we get to the name, we'll just squeeze in April babies. Okay? Let's sing. Raise your hand if you are one. You are, Mark? Great. Mark's our only one. Yay, Mark. We could. You want to sing again? No. Yeah, I bet. I bet you did. To open our service, we ring our bowl 3 times to create and to open this sanctuary space as we share our time of restoration and wonder. This is our place of belonging, where each Sunday we accompany and inquire and we tend to one another. We center our attention now and open our hearts with intention, reverence, and compassion as we ring our bowl for yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We call to the ancient ancestors of this land and the ancestors of our faith, especially this congregation, and the ancestors of our hearts. We pause to acknowledge and honor the Tongva and other native peoples on whose ancestral homelands we gather today. And as we become present in this now moment, we celebrate the diverse communities who make their home near us in our neighborhood of Montclair today. We recognize and honor the meaningful and growing relationships that we enjoy with others here in this community. And we ask ourselves, our wisest and deepest selves, to show up here and now, to keep us aligned with the Unitarian Universalist values that nourish us toward growth, service, and love. And we honor the future beings, those who will come. May we work to co-create a sustainable congregation that grows and serves in a world that is healthy and safe for all beings. And together we receive and we enter this time together this morning as a gift, and we hold ourselves and each other in the sanctuary of our heart, ready to unwrap its magic. And so we offer our gratitude together, saying 3 times, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And let's remain seated for our welcoming song this morning. We're going to sing Come, Come, Whoever You Are, just through once. It's okay, Lily. Mark, I'm going to put you on the spot. Yeah. Can you come up and light the Thanks, Charles. You want to do it? As a symbol of our faith, we, as Unitarian Universalists, light a chalice at each of our gatherings. It represents the values and rich history of our faith that offers us belonging and holds us in community. Let us hear the words of Reverend Maureen Killeran. In this free church, we come together without creed, focusing instead on the core values of justice, equity, and compassion, of mutual acceptance of our diverse ways of being as we seek to connect ourselves more fully with the unfolding truths of life and our world. We come together in a shared conviction that all people deserve a voice in matters that concern them, and that it's up to each of us to protect the rights of all, particularly those who, for whatever reason, have long been held in silence. We come together in the stubborn belief that community is possible and that peace is more than a dream, even if it's missing. We commit together to affirm in our actions as well as in our words the inherent worth and dignity of every human, of every being. We come together in awareness of our interdependence with all humanity and with the wider web of existence, for that too is part of what we mean by we. In this free church, we come together without creed, believing that the way we live in the world bears a testament to the value of our beliefs. And we light this chalice as a beacon of hope for all who have gathered here this day, for all who have ever walked through our doors, and for those who may yet find this spiritual home, for those whose paths will never come our way. For all this, and for all those things we dare to hope and dream together, we kindle our chalice flame on this day. Thank you, Mark. Sorry to spring that on you. Let's sing our anthem, our invocation this morning, Spirit of Life. We'll sing it first in English, then in Spanish, and then we'll read our covenant aloud together. Please stand as you're comfortable and as you feel like it. together we read our covenant. We affirm that love is the greatest purpose of this congregation. The search for truth is our constant star, and service is our prayer. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to challenge injustice with courage, to make choices for a healthier planet, and to live out our Unitarian Universalist values every day as beloved community. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all that is sacred in life. Please be seated for our wisdom tale that will be shared by Robert Tidwell.
Good morning, everybody. Today's wisdom tale is called Tai Chi, the story of its beginning by Denise Tracy, who is a friend of our Julie Steinbach here. There was a young man who grew up in China. Everyone said that he was so calm and peaceful, he should become a monk. Not wanting to displease his family and friends by telling the truth, the young man let them think he was indeed peaceful and calm. Inside, however, the young man was filled with feelings of doubt, joy, love, happiness, sadness, and many questions. Because he wanted others' approval, he kept his feelings and questions to himself. He went on looking calm and peaceful to everyone. When he was old enough, he entered the monastery because everyone said he looked so peaceful and calm. They did not know of his secret inner life. Everyone was pleased because they felt he would be a great monk. For years he practiced sitting calmly and peacefully, and his masters were pleased. Little did they know that behind that calm exterior bubbled energy, exuberance, and still more questions. The young man kept all of these things to himself. After years at the monastery, the young man was to be tested for his deep inner religious peace. He was to go to a mountaintop to meditate daily for many months, and on the final day the master would observe his meditation. He went to the mountains for many days. He sat and he sat and he sat. He looked very calm and peaceful on the outside, but on the inside his mind was filled with the crane's flight, fire and shadows, and the earth's elements, as well as questions of the beginnings and endings. He did not tell anyone of the scenes and questions that filled his mind. One day, he was on top of the mountain, sitting peacefully, pretending to be calm, meditating and preparing for the day of his exam, which was only 2 weeks away, when a fly landed right on the end of his nose. He tried wiggling his nose to get the fly off. That did not work. He wriggled his nose again. What a stubborn fly. Next, he waved his hands, and the fly danced. As he waved his hands, he discovered how joyful it felt to move. The fly landed on his nose again, and the young man waved his other hand. This, too, felt wonderful. The fly began to turn circles and move with the wind and the earth. The young man leaped and laughed, dancing with the fly. As the days passed, the young man looked forward to his dancing and moving with the fly. He lost all track of time, hours, days, and minutes. He knew only the joy of moving in harmony with the elements, earth, water, fire, wood, wind, and metal. The young man went to the top of the mountain on the day of his exam, but he had forgotten that this was the most important day. He saw the fly and began their dance together, earth, water, fire, wood, wind, metal. They moved with focused energy and great joy. Neither the fly nor the young man noticed the master of masters seated, watching the movements. After a while, the master of masters approached. The young man grew silent, embarrassed, and fearful. He was supposed to be calm and meditative. He looked down in shame. He had failed his training. The master of masters then said, "Young man, you must teach me this movement. You use the energy of the life force to mirror the earth, fire, wind, sky, and birds, and water. This focused energy complements our study of inner peace. Since all is in balance, we need stillness and energy. We need peace and activity. We need meditation and movement. Teach me, then you will teach all the monks this new miracle of focused energy. So from one young man whose creativity spilled over to dance, with a fly came a meditation and movement called Tai Chi. And now if the kids here can come up and get our challenge, you guys can take us to class.
That's pretty great. You never know with kids. Kids say the darndest things. Who remembers that show? Yeah. Was it Art Linkletter or somebody? For all you boomers. For the boomers that remember. Our offering message this morning opens with these words from the Reverend Brandy Lovely. It's reading number 674 in our hymnal. He writes, "Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place which is sacred to so many of us. For this is a community of memory and hope, and we are now the keepers of the dream." As the big-hearted keepers of the dream that is MVUUC, in our care now for more than 7 decades of formation. And thank you to Bob Taylor for the new signs out by the road. That was beautiful to see. Thank you, Bob. Or was it Bob? I'm guessing it was Bob. Whoever made them. Yeah, they're really great, really nice to see. But it is our honor, and it is part of our spiritual practice to offer our best to maintain its physical and spiritual well-being. So thank each of you for your kind, generous donations that are given in so many ways, and the decorations and the energy and all of the love from last night and everything that we're doing to help to make the congregation sustainable is just such a blessing. And this good stewardship reflects our rootedness in our UU faith and our growth that brings healing to one another and to the world. And one of the ways that we live that out here is to share 50% of our gathered offering that is not earmarked as a pledge with a nonprofit that aligns with our values and serves those who are our neighbors. For the month of April and May, we'll be sharing our collection plate with CCE, which is Citizens Climate Education. CCE is a tax-deductible arm of the Citizens Climate Lobby, focused on minimizing the impact of our global climate crisis by providing tools, training, and supportive commitment in order to, as Ann Taves mentioned last week, to make climate change a bridge issue rather than a wedge issue in Congress. CCE contributions are used to engage in advocacy efforts that include contacting lawmakers, building support for climate legislation, and educating communities about climate solutions. And that sounds like something that we can support with all we've got. So I invite those of us here in the sanctuary, as you're able, to bring forward your offerings and your gifts of non-perishable food donations. And if you are joining us online in our Zoom sanctuary, you can find the link to our Zelle and PayPal accounts in the chat box. Thank you, Jarius, for plopping those in there. And it is with grateful appreciation that our offerings will now be given and received. Lily? Thank you, Lily. Sharing our joys and sorrows, our shine and shadow, are something that strengthens this community. It's a way that we share with others the things that are weighing us down and also the things that are lifting us up in our life. And we're still floating on last night, I think. That is a great joy. That's a great joy. Jill just gave me a prayer request for her friend Linda, who asks us to pray for her. She has a serious infection, so be keeping Linda in our hearts and prayers. Also, the volcano that is known as Mount Canluon is on the island of Negros, and it's erupting and spewing a fresh layer of ash all over our fellow UUs in the Philippines. Bad volcano. But I've checked in with our partners in the Calapayan congregation through Michelle Hino this week, and while they are concerned and wearing masks because the air is filled with ash and gases, they're also safe at this time and want us to know they're grateful for our concern. I also learned there can be as many as 27, and it's kind of a random number, but almost 30 volcanoes erupting all at the same time on our planet in all different places. I know. I thought it was more rare than that, but yeah. So I ask you to join me in a spirit of prayer and meditation. We'll pause a little bit at the end of the prayer. We'll have some shared silence, and then we'll go right into our gentle song. There's more love somewhere. But the prayer is one that was written by Kathleen McTeague, one of our UU reverends. She writes, "Here in this refuge, this Sabbath home, we turn our busy minds towards silence and we open our full hearts toward one another. We move together through the mysteries, the bright sunshine of birth and the shadowed questions of death. In our slow walk between the two, we will be both wounded and showered with grace that is amazing and unending. Even in our sorrows, we feel our lives cradled in a holiness that we cannot completely comprehend. And though we walk within our vast and individuated experiences, the promise that we offer here is that we do not walk alone. Because this is a holy place in which we gather. The light of the earth brought in and held and touched then by our answering light, the flame on our chalice, the gleam in the eye of a friend, and the lamps of open faces brought near. In this place, both silence and celebration, solemnity and music, Lily's music. We find our belonging, and we make a sanctuary, and we name our community, this community, as our spiritual home. Let's breathe together. Sing number 95 in our hymnal, There's More Love Somewhere, all 4 verses. Beautiful. Thank you. Come on up, Jack. I have a treat for you today. Offering our reading today, we have our friend Jack Widener. Thank you. Oh, no, can't. Yeah, sorry.
This is called I Hope You Have the Courage from A Gentle Reminder by Bianca Sparacino. I hope you have the courage to keep loving deeply in this world that sometimes fails to do so. In a generation that orders up attention like they order up a meal. In a generation that has started to love with one foot out the door. I hope you have the courage to believe in the genuine connection that still exists. I hope you have the courage to stand up for that and to open yourself to it when you start to feel it bloom within the heart of you. I hope you have the courage to appreciate it for all that it is, to not approach it wearing a mask, to not try to desensitize yourself to it or play it cool, please. I hope you have the courage to crash your heart into the people life gifts you. I hope you have the courage to believe that goodness still exists, that there are those who have the capacity to love the way you do, that there are those who will see you and grow you and teach you more about the world. I hope you have the courage to fight for connection. I hope you have the courage to go deeper, to never exist on the surface of your life, even if it's easier or more convenient. At the end of the day, you should leave this world with a heart that is worn out and soft all over. A heart that is bruised from loving and feeling and caring in the best way possible. At the end of the day, you should be proud of your inability to be anything but open to the world. You should be proud of who you are. I hope you have the courage to do the hard work. I hope you have the courage to stop picking or numbing or avoiding the wounds within, and I hope you choose to heal them instead. I hope you have the courage to understand yourself, fundamentally, to open up the deepest, darkest parts of your mind, to unhinge your ribcage, revealing the gritty parts of your soul, the parts no one else applauds, and I hope you have the courage to clean them out, to forgive yourself for what you had to do to kill your sadness. To forgive yourself for the ways in which you didn't fight for the person you were becoming. I hope you have the courage to nurture your pain, to not disregard it or sweep it under the rug of distraction or convenience. I hope you have the courage to heal yourself, even when it hurts. I hope you have the courage to do things differently, to be the kind of person who takes the risk, to be the kind of person who leads with their heart and shows up in their life with their ruthless dedication to learning and growing and enjoying the hell out of their moments here. I hope you have the courage to never let comfort or apprehension convince you that you're better off staying still. I hope you have the courage to trust the part of yourself that knows there's more out there for you, the part of yourself that's easy to quiet when you're trying to live by the rules and expectations of a world that has spread so much dissatisfaction and sadness. I hope you have the courage to trust the part of yourself that seeks freedom from those trends, from those boundaries. And I hope you have the courage to go after whatever it is that genuinely makes you want to get up in the morning. I hope you have the courage to find the things in life that ignite you and deepen your understanding of the world and those within it. I hope you have the courage to fight for a future that inspires you, even if it doesn't look the way you thought it would. I hope you have the courage to change. I hope you have the courage to trust in the person you're becoming. Thank you.
Well, when we call that special music, that's what we mean. Thank you. Thank you, Lily. Ooh, I went somewhere. Yeah. And thank you, Jack. Thank you. I doubt there is much disagreement that one of the most frustrating moments in life must just be nearly completing a jigsaw puzzle and discovering that one last piece is missing. We can all relate, but let's not hang on to that exasperation too long. I have asked Jerry to offer each of you a puzzle piece, and raise your hand if you didn't get one and need to pick one. But you can trust for this time together today that the one you chose is the perfect missing piece. And it is a good receptacle to absorb that feeling of disappointment. So please keep hanging on to it, and we'll be coming back to it in a short while. But before we do, there's another piece we've been missing. And we can hopefully retrieve and revive a little bit by offering it a bit of soul care together today. And with a nod to Wendell Berry, who must be a relative to most of us. The piece we've been missing is the piece of Wild Things, because these days we're in are reflected perfectly in Berry's 1968 poem. When the days of despair for the world grow in us, and we wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what our lives and our children's lives may be. I don't need to say more of it. For all of the times that that poem has felt true over the last 56 years, it's never felt truly as true as it feels now. The missing piece is the piece of Wild Things, the piece of our own wild hearts, the piece that our wild hearts are passionate to bring to the world and to hand to our children, whether they're willing to take them from us or not. It's the wild piece we need to survive, but we rarely admit that we have it. It's a piece we recognize and we label as a privilege in a world that's so full of suffering. Suffering, or dukkha, as the Buddha teaches, is everywhere. And when we're aware of that and we're actively engaged with how many are struggling right now, do we dare admit that we're seeking peace? Do we feel safe responding to that most friendly sounding, "How are you?" by declaring, "I'm peaceful"? How can we have peace when there's so much suffering? How do we allow ourselves to actively seek that missing piece for ourselves? Or do we somehow believe that we're required to be in that constant state of alert? Do we allow ourselves to say, "I need to shut out the world for a bit and do some self-care, some soul care. I need to read a novel. I need to play pickleball"? Do we allow ourselves to not attend the march or fight the patriarchy or resist the right? Do we allow ourselves the missing piece that we need when our blood pressure and our perspective and our most important relationships are all letting us know that we are just not ourselves? I've realized that I'm not actively seeking what I need to be peaceful. And I realize the problem it causes. When I think I'm serving in ways that are best and doing all I can by pushing back and being resilient and resisting and missing peace. Most ministers will quickly confess that many of their sermons and messages are written from a heart that is undeniably guilty of every detail they're pointing out. Am I right, Ellen? Yeah. We write them for ourselves. But what better perspective to offer grounded and road-tested ideas for a well-lit way forward through this mess we're in? But having a missing piece isn't a problem. Having a missing piece simply means that we're human. And maybe having a missing piece tells us trying to be superhuman isn't what we're asked to do right now. Being and loving a bit more of that soft, tender human that we are at each of our individuated core identities is what we need in order to survive the days that are yet to come and probably yet to get worse. But our own souls have always known what's best for us. And at our deepest core, we don't have anything missing at all. Not one of us. But that's the Easter sermon. See you next week. But you have no missing pieces. But we're not there yet by any means. It's so hard to allow ourselves to see our own divinity, to truly believe in the sacredness that we each bring. We don't allow it to shape how we see ourselves or how we see others, but we can shift that and allow our hearts to know that all human beings at their center want to love and to be loved. And letting that in, that's our missing piece. The missing piece is love at or center. Our center, sorry. The missing piece is love at our center. Seeing every soul for its freedom to take pleasure in being alive on planet Earth and doing the sacred work of reciprocity. So that is what we infuse into our puzzle piece today. Blow into yours your most beautiful visions of what is missing in this world. Ask for mercy and protection for all of the victims of inhumanity, including the bears, the honeybees, the snow hares, and the sea. And sitting quietly, dream about laughing together again, sharing meals, and enjoying this gift of a life. You did some of that last night. Thank you. Letting go of politics and phones. Got mine right here. And media. And letting go of who is good and who is bad for just 15 minutes, maybe 20. Breathing in mercy and breathing out peace. Breathing in grace. Grace for yourself. Breathe it in and breathe out peace into the world. And tell the earth how much we love her. Thank you, Gaia. I love you. Thank you for all the support you've given to all of our ancestors and what we've received from you every day of our life. Forgive us. To all beings being hurt by other beings, forgive us all. Breathe in hope and breathe out that mercy that's missing. Breathe in mercy and breathe out delight. Breathe in peace and breathe out grace. Breathe in sorrow and breathe out hope. Breathe in hope and hold it. Hold it, hold it. And breathe out love. And there it is, the missing piece. Do you feel it? Keep that puzzle piece in your pocket. When you touch it, Let it bring your heart back to its center in love. Let's close with a story of peace that is often shared in the oral tradition, but this time read from the writing of Frank Ostazeski. And Lily will fill in the storytelling as you're moved. Frank says, walking down the wide corridor of a massive steel and glass medical center in the Midwest, I was musing to myself about the impersonal nature of today's healthcare system. But just then, the sound of Brahms' Lullaby began to play through the hospital's PA system. I asked the head of nursing who was escorting me to my grand rounds talk about this charming music, and she said with a smile, "A baby was just born." She explained whenever a baby was born in that medical center, the maternity department would play Brahms' Lullaby. And the music was pumped into every room, even the patients' rooms. Yes, in every department, orthopedics, cardiac intensive care, the ED, the operating room, the administrative offices, the cafeteria, even the security command center. It's played for all births. Natural birth, preemie, cesarean sections. As I looked around, I saw people who had been rushing to their next meeting stop and pause for a breath. Conversation stopped and gave way to subtle grins. For a few moments, there had been tension and stress, but then there was delight and ease. But hospitals are normally magnets for suffering, for dukkha. They're environments filled with a great deal of physical pain, fear, anxiety, and other discomforts. The staff tend to get swept up in the technical details of care, overwhelmed by patient suffering and their inability to be able to do anything about it. But Brahms' Lullaby was a joyful reminder of the potential within new life that exists in every moment, an uplifting encouragement to go on, even in the face of adversity. And the music served as more than an announcement or a feel-good optimism, and for a short while, what I call mature hope has filled our air. There is no missing piece. Blessed be, and amen. Let's stay seated for our sending song today. We're going to sing, "I've Got Peace Like a River." We're only going to do 3 verses, but let's do it like we do Filled with Loving Kindness. We're going to start out by saying I've, and in verse 2 we're going to say you, and verse 3 we'll say we've. So let's sing, shall we? together our unison benediction where we bless one another. Mark, if you want to come and extinguish the chalice, you've got the snuffer there. As we close our time together and extinguish our chalice flame, may we invite its light to shine through us, to strengthen us for the way ahead that we cannot see, to serve as a light in this world that we care so much about. Let's enjoy Lily's postlude. So let's go and be makers of the peace that our world is missing.